Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. Yeah. Today, we're going to be having a look at
FiLMiC Pro. It's a video camera if you didn't know.
Yeah. But first, we're going to kick off with something really cool and unique. This is Camp Dji and Alcoholics.
Well, I'm an alcoholic and my name is Jim. Hi, Jim. I'm going nowhere, you can call me Slim. Bourbon in the morning, cutty socks a must. I need a day pass cause I wrecked my car at lunch. I'm an alcoholic, an alcoholic, an alcoholic, I can dance. Well, I'm an alcoholic, can't you see it in me? I get drunk every single day of the week. I got a wet rain 45 in my hand. I'm drinking malt liquor with a shot in my hand. I'm an alcoholic, an alcoholic, an alcoholic, I can dance. Well, I'm rolling double-fisted and it's hard to talk. We're chugging Boilermakers and it's hard to walk. Well, line 'em up and knock 'em down, I think you can agree. We're slamming bourbon whiskey out of Tennessee. Line 'em up, time to fetch another round. Say now, hey now, mister, can you help me off the ground? An alcoholic, an alcoholic, an alcoholic, I can dance. An alcoholic, an alcoholic, I can dance.
Oh, we're having a good time. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. That was Camp Dji with Alcoholics. Awesome stuff. Boom. If you haven't checked out Camp Dji, there's a link up the top there. Go and click it. Go and sign up. Gary does some really interesting live streams with interesting artists who appear from here and there, and you'll be having a good time. He's pretty awesome. He's pretty interesting, and he's a wild character. It's a wild show, trust me on that. Welcome to the show. I'm Jade, and this is How to App on iOS, where every day we take a look at apps, stuff, things, mental health and well-being, interviews, live performances. We do a whole bunch of stuff here. Today we're going to be talking about videos, funnily enough. I'd also like to welcome aboard all of our fantastic Wart Warriors. If you're a Wart Warrior, you can click down below, click the join button for $1 a month. You can become a Wart Warrior where you get your own custom emojis that change every week. Could be your face that's on them next. Something a little bit fun. And once a month on the channel, we have a live stream with all of the members where you can jump up on cam, you can play some music, you can talk shit, you can do whatever you want as a Wart Warrior. We'll do that once a month on the channel and all that jazz. Let's say hello to the folks who are here today, and then we'll get into today's app, shall we? Thomas Christ is here. Hello, Thomas Christ. Hello, Sean Chandler. Hello, Brad Example.
Get fucked.
I will. All right, relax, Brad. Jeez, always telling me horrible things like that. It's so mean you are. You're such a mean person. No, I jest. Jim Shannon on sounds. Hello to you. Who else do I see? Cy, always effing good to see you, my friend. Who else? Stephen Hewitt. Hello, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Check out Stephen's channel as well. I've mentioned it before. He puts music up there that he makes on iOS, and he has a whole bunch of really cool drone videos. And I'm a drone enthusiast, as you would know myself. Not so much of a videographer, as I found out yesterday in the terrible weather. Welton Kinder, hello to you, my friend. Michael Thompson, I hope you are well. Also, Joe Glenn's here. Hello, Joe. What do you know? Who else do I see I may have missed on the list? It is iOS Music Man. Where did he go? I had him right in front of me. There he is. He scrolled up there. Boom. There you are. Hello, Lee. Hello, Little Reality with her Kim Harden Hudson emoji. So I took your advice, guys. You asked me to put up an emoji of me, so I put one up last night. Who else do I see here in the list, the magic list? Russ is here as well. I thought I saw Russ. There's Russ. G'day, Russ. What's happening? Did I miss anyone along here? Auntie G is in the house as well. I can't find her. There she is. There's Auntie G. Auntie G's brand new single just dropped too. Let's talk about it before we move on because, look, I know you may be hearing and watching other shows and going, hang on a minute, I just come here to see an app. This is a bit more than an app show. It always will be. It is about artists. It is about creativity. It is about mental health, as I said, and performances. I want to nurture people as well as talking about apps because not everything's about apps, yeah? But Auntie G has just dropped a brand new single, and I was going to play it, but I'm waiting for the video clip. Let's do a search for Auntie G. She's really easy to find. You just type Auntie G. And you can find her like this. Look at that. If I go to artists, boom, Auntie G. And here is her brand new single. If we go full screen, you can see it there. Sun Stop Shining. There it is. Go grab it. It's really good. I was lucky enough, as always, to master the song. I'm so privileged I get to master so many talented people's music. So that's a cool thing. Yeah. What do you say, hippie? Boom. Exactly. Boom. You may have noticed a little bit different things here. The way the channel looks, maybe slight differences. I've set up yesterday and finally got the look of how I want things to look. Everything's a little bit neater, the way things move around, the way the screen moves when I flick between things. So I spent a bit of time yesterday working on that, and I hope it makes your viewing experience pleasurable. Look, you can get me in multiple angles. Look at all these angles. It's hideous. And there's always room for what did I do there? I clicked the wrong one. There's always room for a little bit of Jordan Peterson.
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
Yeah. You know what? There's never room for Jordan Peterson. Hello, Barry Glenn. Good to see you, my friend. Here we are, Barry Glenn. Jim Shannon says Elgato are about to launch a new update for streamers and OBS. That's cool. Oh, look who's here as well. Andy Goldsby, who is on this single as well. So Andy Goldsby played guitar on Auntie G's single. So it's all in. It's a bit of a family affair. It's a bit creepy, isn't it? All right, let's see. So what are we doing today? All right, you're going to have to bear with me today. So this is, I discovered, we're looking at an app called FiLMiC Pro. And it's it's a multi-award winning app. Apple have given it multiple awards. Multiple companies have given it awards for its high quality video production. So it's been around for a very long time. It continues to be updated very frequently, and especially for each phone that comes out. So they've put a lot of work, especially into that. Hello, Benedict Stewart. Always good to see you, my friend. Click on Benedict Stewart. Go and check out his music. He's a fine human being who makes some nice music. He's been making music for a while around the traps. There you go. So we're looking at FiLMiC Pro. Let's jump over and check out any new or price drops or anything like that right now. Boom. There's the app we shall not mention. Spatializer's on sale. A lot of the same things from yesterday, pretty much. All the session band apps are all on sale. Stuff like that. Let's just make sure some of the other ones that have been on sale for a while still are. All the Fab Filter stuff is on sale. So go and check those out. They're worth your while. I've said it many times. Cubase's 2 and 3 is on sale. They're about half price. Saw Leela typing on Pete Johns' channel yesterday about Cubase's 2, if it was worth the coin to throw down. If you are thinking about jumping into Cubase's, I would suggest spending the extra $10 as it's on sale, because they're putting all their work into the updates more so on Cubase's 3. So Cubase's 2 works, but Cubase's 3 is where all the magic is happening. Nembrini has a whole crapload of I think all their apps are on sale. Also, as we scroll through quickly, and Sampletron is still on sale as well. iSequence is still around, and it's had an update too. If I go back, that's got a price drop as well. I think because they gave it a fresh lick of paint from what I saw. Do you want to go back? Where was it? It was somewhere in here. Yeah, but it's definitely on sale. Let's we'll do a search here. What are we looking at? FiLMiC Pro. FiLMiC Pro. FiLMiC Pro. I maybe should go over here and do it over here. Let's do it here. Should have had this organized. FiLMiC Pro. There we go. FiLMiC Pro. And I'll show you the prices in US, of course. We'll go over to my desktop, as Indian scam baiters would call it. So this is FiLMiC Pro. Here it is right here. It is $14.99 on the App Store. So US, $14.99. Yes, it costs. And it has in-app purchases. Are the in-app purchases necessary? Why, no, they are not. Absolutely not. So, but worth it if you are doing a lot of filming and you want to add some interesting LUTs and pretty much LUTs kind of stuff. Let's have a look at the prices of the in-app purchases. So you've got, and I'll show you these, the infrared film pack, charcoal film pack. So 4 film packs at $2.99, and you've got a cinematographer kit which unlocks pretty much all of them and some other stuff as well. So that's the price. You're looking to unlock all of it, nearly $30. Okie dokie. So good stuff. Now I'm going to try and show you this in a few different ways. All right, let's kick off with hang on, what am I missing here? Andy Goldsby's answering Auntie G. Channel membership, Auntie G. Yes, that's what we have. So you can join and become a Wart Warrior for $1. You hit the join button, and you get a whole bunch of emojis and stuff. And we do a once a month hangout where you can come on cam and hang out with all the members. So it's good stuff. Good stuff. I'll tell you what I updated last night. I'll tell you before we go on. Who else do I see who's here who I missed? Jenny. Hello, Jenny. There's Jenny. Hello. What the hell? So I updated the little alerts that happened. So guys, when a super chat comes through, for those of you who've been around the channel for a while, you're going to laugh. I had a wicked time updating the little alert that happens above my head for a super chat. It's so funny. I was pissing myself last night. Anyway, what have we got to get into? So what I want to play you first is, let me tell you, I've lost the plot now thinking about that alert. All right, so I went out yesterday with this app. Now, I have to be completely honest. I'm not a videographer. I'm not that good. I don't know what I'm talking about. I go out there and I do my best. For the longest time, I've been using just the iOS cameras, yeah? So it is what it is. So having a more powerful tool in my pocket is a learning curve. Definitely a learning curve. Because the weather's been so bad here in Australia and so windy and cold and terrible and raining, it's been raining a lot, I haven't had a chance to go out and film what I wanted to for this show. Yesterday, the sun broke. I went out, I tried my best to shoot some footage in the weather. It was disgusting. It was cold. It was freezing. I was walking really fast to try and get back home. So I shot about 10 minutes worth of footage and chopped it all together and put some music to it. So we're going to go and have a look at that. Now, you have to be aware I was running in a lot of stuff to try and keep warm. So some of the footage is a bit shaky, even though I'm carrying around a I'm using this. Wallstone Studio has become a Wart warrior, just like the Ultimate Warrior there. Thank you so much, Ron, for joining. There you go. New graphics as well. Thank you so much for becoming a Wart warrior. So yeah, I took out. I'll show you this before we show the. Before we show you, let's go to this camera here, top camera. So this is what I'm using to film. This is the DJI OM Osmos, is that what it is? OM4. Has a joystick on it and everything. It's a gimbal. And this is what I was using yesterday to go out filming. So in all honesty, I'm still getting very used to using a gimbal. I've never really done it. It's an experience. Hopefully I can get better as we go on. So using a brand new app and a brand new gimbal, the results, yeah, they're okay. So yeah, and the music I put together, I was going to put something really nice and happy together with the video, but I thought, well, that wouldn't be very me, would it? So I put something, a DJ Osmo 4. Thank you, Si. So I put together some music that's, let me say, a little bit demented. Yeah? All right. Let's jump in. We'll play this. Hope you enjoy it. And I'll be back shortly. Killer bird awaits.
Just for size,
Tweet, tweet, tweetly, tweetly, tweet. Tweet, 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 tweetly, tweet.
Hey, little girls on the bridge. Wanna duck?
All right, so that was just walking around for, I don't know, about an hour around where I live. Right, well, let's come back here. We can close that out now. So yeah, that's kind of like out the back door of where I live. I have this wonderful, huge area, swampland and lake. So I just walked around pretty much filming for about an hour, and a lot of the footage is a bit shaky because I was kind of cold and running. I saw a few questions there. We'll talk about those before we jump in and have a look at the app. So pretty much now, if I jump into the App Store, we can tell you on the App Store, it should tell you what iPhone it works up to or which FiLMiC Pro. Boom. Yeah, it's a beautiful area. It really is fantastic. FiLMiC Pro. If I scroll to the bottom, it will tell me works on this iPad. So it just says 14. So it requires 14.1 or later. So it's definitely not going to work on an iPhone 4S because it can't use the 14, iOS 14. So any device that can use iOS 14 and 14.1 and up is what you can use this on. Also, I saw Brad ask in the chat how the kind of the parallax scrolling was happening. So it's a pretty neat trick you can do. You can actually do it with the app. If you don't need a gimbal, but you can do it. It's a little bit more difficult. So you're pretty much zooming in, and you zoom all the way in, and as you walk forward, you're pulling the zoom back as you're walking, and that's what creates that effect, yeah? And you can use that in conjunction with the focus as well. So what we'll do is we'll open up the app on the iPad, because you can use it on an iPad, and then I'll show you it on the iPhone with the gimbal, how to connect it to the gimbal and stuff like that. So it's not too hard to use. Definitely a few things you just need to understand. So let's go over here, full screen, and open this sucker. Let me find it. Where did I put it? Too many apps on here. So now this is not going to give you a good representation of, you know, all the focus and stuff like that, because it's basically, so you can see here, it is it's on my iPad filming the back of my desk. So I put this little skull here to try and give a little bit of context so you can see there. Let's go back here. Yes. So we'll talk about the controls. Now, the first thing you will see, here on the main screen is these two squares. Yes. So these are important to pay attention to, because you can move these around like so, the square and the circle. And the square is for your focus. So you can focus on objects and make the foreground more blurred, or bring it forward and focus on this object here and make the background more blurred. So that is what you do with the square, and you can lock this in just by tapping on it. If I go to is it this one? There we go. So you can tap on it and it will turn red. So once it turns red, that means that it is locked on that particular object, yeah? And once you tap it again, it'll go white. So very simple to use. You know, if you've ever used the iPhone camera and, you know, tried to lock your focus, you can do that. Then we have here, you'll notice when I move this little thing around, when I move it into darker places, see how the light up here gets lighter? Yeah, so this is like your, what's the word? Oh, man, my brain's gone stupid. I can't think of the word for it. So, yeah, when we take it to a lighter place, it gets darker, yeah? And you can lock this as well. So you've got two options, and you can see as I move it around, that's what's going on there. When you double click on either of these, it gives you a wider frame. So it becomes larger, and it'll focus a wider frame of the focus in the center. So it's telling you that. Double click to get off. Same with the circle as well. So you're essentially locking things in. To the far right, you have your zoom. So you can zoom in, and it's a digital zoom, of course, because it's a digital camera, but you can see even just here with terrible light, the iPad camera is not really fantastic. You know, this is an iPad Pro 2018, so this is nowhere near the cameras that we have right now, so take that into account. Now, I can tell you that the app will adjust to the type of camera iPhone you have or iPad that you have. So it will understand the cameras that you have. So if you have an iPhone that has a wide lens, it will recognize that, and in the options you can choose the wide angle lens. You can choose all that. Because I don't have such good cameras, I don't get those options, and you won't get those options if you have a lesser iPhone. So you can pull all the way out as well, scroll all the way in. Nice stuff, nice and easy. So that's just to the side there. Let's have a look down the bottom here, and we'll run across all the buttons. Now, it's pretty much the same thing as what you get on an iPhone, but we will show you the iPhone as well. So down the bottom here is where you can purchase your extra parts, your extra bits. And what I really love about this, right, I wish music apps would do this too. When we click up here, where are we? So this is where you would buy your... Yeah, there is a secondary app that can manage multiple instances. Yes, there is. So you can do that. And it's good to use on the iPad. Not something I have yet. We'll do a show on it further down the line. So I thought we'd just introduce this today. Don't want to fucking go too far. So here's where you can... Now, this is really nice, yeah? You can actually test out what's in these filters. So you see down the bottom here, we've got this Adamant, charcoal... And as I click through on the bottom, it goes through them. And so we're going to start with this first one. And you see you've got like a little display of what they kind of do. But as you swipe, as you hit the arrow, it actually attaches them to the camera. So you get to see what it looks like. See, if I go through, you can see they're adding the filters just so you can understand what's going on with these filters. So you see what you're getting for your money. So that's a really nice touch. I would love to see this kind of thing put into music apps where you can just open up a little browser and just go through all of the sounds that you could put over the top of your music, or like the reverbs, and just hear what they sound like before you purchase. What a cool idea that would be. So we've got a charcoal one here, yeah? So these charcoal ones are black and white. So you can see this... gives you black and white filters. And again, if we move our Bizzo here, you can see the light changing. So this is our manual mode that we control. Let's go back in here. So you've got a whole bunch of charcoal ones. These ones are a bit brighter and lovely. You can see the difference they make. So these are essentially LUTs. And you can see my price there is $4.99 because I live in Australia and our dollar is worth shit. And this is the infrared. So you've got a bunch of infrared things as well, which is really cool. Nice, nice. So interesting stuff there. So those are the packs that you've got. Let's just go back to what you get with... Let's go back over here and turn these off. Boom. All right, so when I click on here, this is where you can change the temperature. So you can go in here and change it. You've got full control over all of this. You can change the tint. And you have some presets down here too. So like if you're in a light room, now you notice when I hit the light, because it's a bright room, it darkens it. And if I'm in a sunny place, you've got cloudy. You've got, if you've got fluorescent lights. So you've got a whole lot of options there. Now these two here are part of the cinematography pack. So these are unlocked once you purchase those, and I don't have those, but I will, and we'll do that in another show with the companion app. So there you go. So you've got full control once you download the packs with your shadow, highlights, saturation, and vibrance. So essentially, you've got your own LUTs. In answer to Jim's question there. There you go. So yeah, that's what these things were here that I was showing you. They essentially are filters or LUTs or whatever you want to call them. You know what I'm saying? So that's that little section there. Yeah. So there you go. Click off that. In here, this is where you have your manual options. So you can get in here and play around to your heart's content. So if I click on this is my ISO, and I'll use the mouse to show you. So this is your ISO. And when you click on it, it locks it. And you'll tell you here that it's up the top. It tells you what's going on. So if I click, it says ISO locked, click off. it says ISO unlocked. Yes. And you can actually control your contrast, brightness, whatever you want to call that there. So by moving this, yeah, so up and down. So you've got full control over that. You have your shutter speed here, so you can actually move your shutter speed, and you can see what's happening there when I move that to a high shutter speed. Let's unlock that. We're getting the flickering. So you can actually, if you are getting flickering from lights, you can control that with your shutter speed. And you'll notice, oops, a bit hard to do it with on my iPad. If you just take your finger like this and just drag it, pop it out a little bit, see that, how it's just popping out? You have control over your exposure pull, right? So you can create some really interesting effects by using your exposure pull, and we'll talk about your focus pull and zoom pull. So there's one of your control methods there. Over to the left is your focus and your zoom. So here we have focus, and here we have zoom underneath. And this is where you can control your zooming in and out, yeah? And you can actually do some really cool stuff with the zoom, which you saw in the video with walking and creating like that parallax effect. So you can set your zoom to where you want it to start and where you want it to end, yeah? You've also got your focus. So if we turn this up, you can see I can put things out of focus to the foreground, background. So these are your manual settings. And now you can see there with how I've set the focus. Let's zoom out a bit. We'll just get out of here. We'll zoom out. And we'll get back in there. So you can see as I focus in, I can zoom in on I can set it so you're actually seeing the cables here, and in the foreground our skull is out of focus. Yeah. Hello, Kim. Always a pleasure, never a chore. I didn't say hello to Isaac, Anthony, DJ. Sorry, I didn't say hello to you. I tried to answer some of your questions, but didn't say hello to you. Zachary, as well, as a filmmaker who's dying to get something made, shooting on iPhones is such an awesome thing that indie folks can do now. It absolutely is. And you know, there's so many artists who have created films already. There's many people using phones to do this kind of stuff. So it's not out of your reach. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Smith, as well. Good to see you. Always a pleasure, never a chore. And did I miss Ivan Idea? Oh my God. Hello, Ivan. Just for you, Ivan. There you go. All right, let's get back to our app here. So we had a look at, there's the manual controls, and we can, so that's this control down here. We can click that on and off. Boom, boom. We have this little A down the bottom, and this brings up some controls up here. Now, what these do, and I don't have the exact names for them. I'm not a pro at this stuff, but what they help you do is when you click on them, see how it adds these lines to things. These are meant to help you understand your focus and your zoom and the colors and everything that you have in there, how to improve the shot, right? So when I click on these, you can see what they do. They add things, hotspots where you can see how to improve your picture, yeah? That's my untechnical way of saying things. Now, there are plenty of other videos on YouTube to look up this. Don't always just watch like my content. Go and watch. There are professionals who have reviewed these apps as well. I mean, I'm just a musician who's trying to expand, because musicians, we need video stuff too. We make video clips, we shoot video for social media, all that kind of stuff. So that's why I cover these. So these are meant to help you get a better picture. Down the bottom here is our timer, so we can see how long the video is running when we're playing. You've got a little, can I zoom in on? Oh, it just goes out of picture. So down here you can see we've got 24 by 1080p. And this little triangle down here, this little circle, this tells you how much memory you have left on your iOS device. It's like a pie chart with a slither cut out. And as you can see, I don't have much. I think I've got 11 gig free. And there's your battery there as well too, yeah? So here, this little button here is, what do you think? It's a selfie. You can turn your camera around. Hello! Get it off, it's gross. Run away. How do I get rid of it? Damn, back to there. All right, there you go. So you can spin the camera around, of course, yeah? Hello, Derek. Hope you're doing well. Boom. All right. So let's jump over here and look at the settings, because this is where the magic happens. Settings are really, really important to look at, of course. We'll zoom in a little bit so you can see them a bit better. So here you have your resolution, and you can choose a whole bunch of different resolutions here. So you can do your, if you want to do like an Instagram shoot, you can do that. Now, I will tell you, if you're shooting, most people are going to be shooting in a 16 by 9, yeah, for videos, stuff like that. And you'll notice this crop source overlay is automatically selected. So once you move to something like if you're doing an Instagram video, you will want to have this turned on, the crop source overlay. Hello, Clayton Von Kluge. So just a word of advice for that. So we'll keep it here. So you've got a whole bunch of different settings you can do for cinema, you know, so you've got plenty of stuff there. Here's where you can pick your resolution, and it will depend on your device, of course. So as you can see, mine goes up to 4K. So we've got 4K, 3K, 2K, 1080p, 720, and the lowest it goes is down to 540. Yes, there you go. Lovely. So we'll leave it at 1080p right now. And you also have the quality. Now, on newer phones, you'll have more bits. Yeah, more bits. On my device, 8 is what I have. On newer devices, you'll see 10 bits, depending on how many megabytes your camera is. Yes. So there's that. You've got H.264 for filming in HEVC. Where are we? Let's go back. Now to tap off any, see how we're in this? To tap off, you just click off here and you'll come back to your settings. What did I see? Someone right here that I might have missed. Do USB cameras work if you plug them into USB camera? If you plug them into this iPad straight away? I don't think so. I'm not sure. Frame rate. Let's have a look at frame rate. So you've got plenty of frame rates, lots of frame rates. Where'd my mic go? There it is. So 24, 25, 30, 48, 50, 60, 120, 240. So if you're doing super slow-mo, you can do the whole 240, 120, so you can slow it down. Good stuff. And you also have a time lapse. So they've got time lapse built into this, which is lovely, nice option. To click between these, you just choose the one you want. Standard, we'll leave it set at 24. You also here is your capture, your frames. So you can change things this way. So you can actually go up one point at a time. So 28 frames per second. I don't know why. I'm sure there's a case point for it. But be aware, you will always, for the most part, you'll always want your capture and playback to be the same. Be the same. Yes, be the same. All right, so we'll click off here. Audio. Now, I haven't touched on audio down the bottom. Now, you'll see here, my iPad is connected to my audio fuse. Yeah, so this is connected to my my audio interface. There it is here. So it's coming up as audio fuse. Now, when it's not connected, when I show you my iPhone, you actually get to choose if you would like to choose the front camera, the back camera. So you've got a choice of cameras. That's a really cool thing to have in a phone app. There's not many apps that allow you that kind of power to move around where you want to record audio from. So that's nice. I really like that. So you can decide to record the audio in AIF, PCM, or AAC. You can choose 48 or 44 kilohertz. You can use a Bluetooth microphone. Yeah, so if you've got a Bluetooth microphone or, you know, something like what I'm using here with my wireless, you can connect wireless stuff as well. Nice, nice, nice. You've got automatic gain connection. You can select video only, so you can turn off the sound. Voice processing, so there's a whole bunch of voice processing stuff you can add. Silent audio, really cool. Device, let's have a look at device. So there's a lot of settings in here. I'm not going to go through all of them because we have to jump over to the phone quickly after this. You can save your images to the camera roll, directly to the camera roll. So you just need to turn this on, boom, and everything you shoot will go over to the camera roll, and it won't save in FiLMiC Pro. But if you have this turned off, everything that you shoot will save within FiLMiC Pro. If you've got the remote control app, you can turn that on there. You've got an orientation lock, very good. Remember to turn this on. If you're out filming with a gimbal and you're walking around and you turn it this way, and it turns, the whole thing's going to flip out. You don't want to do that. iPhones are notorious for doing that. You've got dropped frame indicators, whole bunch of things down here that you can check out. You've got some presets. Now, the way presets work is if you set up a look, a whole look for something that you're going to use again and again, you can hit save. You can give it a name and you can save your presets. So if you're going to use something continuously and you want to go back to it, you can do that. Really nice touch to be able to save your presets. Really good. All right. So in this section, I can't really show you too much. I'll show you this more in the iPhone. This is where you can connect a gimbal or anything like that. I can't really do it with my iPad. You've got stuff like time code tracking. A bunch of these things are for, like, you have to log in and stuff to the Filmic community and stuff. Stabilization. So you can see here, I just turned on stabilization. So it does have inbuilt stabilization. Now it's going to depend on what device you have, how good the stabilization works and all that kind of stuff. Here is another camera switch. So I can flick over there. If you've got a torch on, if you've got a light on the back, you can turn that on so you can see it coming on in the background. And you can change different levels of torch. So you can have like low, off, nice, 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 and a guide. There you go. Pretty simple stuff. Not too hard. Let's just jump over here to the little play button. When I click on this, this is where all of your images, your videos will be stored. You can bin them, you can rename them, you can do all this kind of stuff in here. Good, nice and easy. And of course, there's your record button. Easy peasy, but easy. Now let's try and do something that's not so easy peasy, but easy. Which is going to be connecting my iPhone. Yay. All right. Let's hope it works. I love technology. Don't you love technology? I love technology. Thanks, Enrique. Hang on. That's not his name, but that'll do. All right. So let's do this and wrap up this show. So here I have the DJI Gimbal. Here it is connected. So I've got the legs attached at the moment. You can unscrew. I'm going to do a review on this as soon as I've used this much more. So these legs come off. You can fold them up, put them away. So these gimbals are amazing. There is a brand new version, and a 5 out, which has a selfie stick on it. I chose to get this one because I hate the way I look. So selfie sticks can go and get fucked. So now on this particular thing here, we have a bunch of buttons. There's a joystick on here as well, little joystick, which is awesome stuff. Let me see if I can get that in the middle of the, maybe we'll do it on this cam. Yeah, that's better. There we go. So you've got a joystick, you've got a record button at your fingertips. This is a really incredible piece of kit. So what we're going to do is open my phone and hope for the best. And if we click over here now, let's see if it works. All right, so we've got it going. This will flick over in a second once we move into orientation mode. So as you can see, it's pretty much the same look. Now, what I want to do is turn this on. So to turn this on, oops, we'll go back here. I have to hold down here, 1. And you can see straight away it moved. Look, it's just straightened up by itself. It's quite incredible. It's not going to be exactly how I want it because having the cord hanging off the end is weighing the gimbal. It's not ideal, but we're going to do our best, yeah? Just so you can see it in action. So as you can see, when I move this, the phone is staying upright. Now I'm going to flip it by clicking the button at the back twice. That didn't do it. That's the button at the front. Get it right. And it just flipped over. So now, these things are fantastic for shooting videos, yeah? So it's going to stay wherever I want. Now let's jump over to our phone camera. And why is it doing that? Why are you doing that? That wasn't in the plan. I know why. Let's jump over here and see. No, I don't know why. Let's connect hardware. Try shutting it down. I don't know. Why is that? Man, I paid for this software yesterday. What the fuck? Oh, is it popped up an ad? Is that an ad? Oh, there we go. Man, I paid for that software yesterday. Why is it doing that? It's so weird. Oh, man, I love technology. It is just the best. Let's go over here, back to my OBS. There we go. Let's see. Ah, there we go. That's why. There you go. So now you can see the stabilization that is happening with this. I'm moving this around and this connects. I'll show you how it connects. So I've just gone into settings, clicked on here, and all I had to do was turn on the DJI Osmo and it has automatically connected. And what's really cool is now that I'm connected to this, all of the controls get assigned to the gimbal. And what do I mean by that? So over here we have the zoom up and down, and I'll show you what happens when I go up and down. Let's go back here. So you can see the little receptacles that have popped up on the screen there. That's because I flicked the zoom up. Now if I turn it down, they disappear. So by going up and down with the zoom, you get all the options that you normally just would have to click the little receptacle down the bottom right-hand corner. So that's really easy to get through things. And as you can see, as I move this up and down, it flows, ebbs and flows. And, sorry, I've got to remember I've got a cord attached to it. So I can zoom in. So I'm pushing the joystick forward now on the back. And see how it's zooming in and out? So you can zoom in and out, really cool. And that is how I created the parallax effect that was in the video that I played earlier. By zooming all the way in, yeah, so if we zoom all the way in, and I've got this set to a slow zoom. So this is a slow zoom. You can actually speed up the zoom, and I'll tell you, the thing is, it's a little bit interesting changing the zoom on here. You have to go into the DJI app. I'll show you what I mean. Let's just do that now. We'll open the DJI. Not everything you can do within. So here's the DJI app. Give it a second. Maybe. And you have to go into the settings in the DJI app. And you can change the, where are we? Here we are. Settings. Here, so see, well, it hasn't flipped. I don't know why it hasn't flipped, but you can change the zoom here. So I can change it to medium, or I can change it to fast. So we'll jump out of there and back into FiLMiC Pro. So now our zoom should be a lot faster. Oops, we're out of focus now. Good stuff. Let's get back into zoom mode. And maybe we can get back into focus eventually. In fact, close that out. I love technology. Let's go back in here. See if we can get this zoom, where are we? Come on. Focus. Here we go. There we go. We're back to focus. So yeah, really, really cool, this thing. I'm zoomed in way too far. That's what's going on here. So yeah, when I move the, let's zoom this out a bit. There we go, zoom out. Man, it's so hard to do a demonstration with something like this, man. It's so hard. This is a challenge and a half. I'm just going to bring this focus back. There we go. All right. So we have our zoom on. Let me go here. So in this, what I have here, you can see when these little arrows pop up in the middle of the screen? This means that my stick here is in control. So I can actually use the stick to turn. So I don't even have to move. I can just sit still and spin the camera around the studio just by using the joystick and go up. Really fantastic stuff. The way this integrates into FiLMiC Pro is really, really lovely. It's one of the reasons I really wanted to get this for my gimbal. Super cool, yeah? You can move that around. Lovely. I love it. I think it's great. And, you know, you can set your selfie stuff. To start recording, you just hit the little record button, and you can see it goes red, and we're recording. Boom. Nice one. Which switcher software are you using to go between boom camera and your others? I'm using OBS. Oh, to do the show, it's OBS. So if you want to go back 2 shows, Isaac, I take a tour of my entire studio, and you'll see everything that's in this studio here. Everything, the whole lot. How I do it, OBS, everything that's in here. Look at all this stuff. There you go. So now while I'm here, let's show you the settings that are a little bit different. Where's our settings? So we'll stop recording. So the difference with the settings in the iPhone version, you will find, is the hardware. You've got more options to add because this is a phone, yeah? And so it'll connect to more Bluetooth devices. And the other thing here, you'll see the stabilization. I have more options for stabilization here. I have standard, cinematic, cinematic plus, or off. What else do we get that's a little bit different in here? So, we didn't talk about this. So Filmic Quality. See this one here? So this is your Apple standard. This is what you get just using your Apple camera, right? The Apple, I'll keep this up here so you can see my gimbal. Hello, Mike and Dawn. Good to see you. Anyone else I may have missed while I'm rabbiting on. But what's cool about Filmic as well is just by hitting the arrows here, you get Filmic Quality and Filmic Extreme. And trust me, you will see the difference by using these. These unlock the full potential of your camera. Apple, like most software companies or like computers, like, you know, how they restrain computers from being as fast as they possibly can. Apple do the same. They throttle their camera. They don't allow you to do everything that you possibly can. They don't give you full control, where this Filmic app unlocks those so you can have more freedom to create your best looking videos. So those are some of the changes. That one's the same. Audio is pretty much the same. Oh yeah, so here you can see here you can choose the iPhone mic in stereo. You can choose the iPhone mic back. You can choose the iPhone mic front, or you can choose the iPhone mic bottom. So you can go through and choose whichever mic you like. That's super, super powerful. Yeah, really good stuff. So that, I think I've covered everything. But as you can see, with the gimbal, it's beautiful. It's very, you know, walking around, you're going to get some really nice stuff, because not only does a gimbal stabilize, and you can see I'm not even using the joystick. I'm just turning the stick, and it's very gracefully just moving around. I can lift my arm up. It follows my arm. Plus, at the back here, there's a button. If I hold down on this button, it will lock. Let's try and get it to lock on my iPad here. So I'm now locked. And now, if I move, however I move, it will stay in that forward position until I let go of the button. You see how even if I even if I spin my arm around, it's still staying in one position until I let go, and now it goes back to turning with my arm. So FiLMiC Pro really works well with a gimbal. So there you go. Now I'll do a show on the gimbal eventually, but the gimbal was Australian, a few $100s. So was it? I can't remember how much it was. I can't even remember how much the gimbal was. If someone can look it up for me, one of my amazing admins, how much the Osmos 4 gimbal. But the app is, about $15. There you go. So that's it. I think I've covered most of the stuff. It wasn't a super technical review, but hopefully you can see the value in something like this. And I'm hoping the reason I've gone ahead and bought this gimbal, and you saw my review on my drone as well, I want to start putting together some music videos that start looking a bit more professional and have some really nice stabilization and things like that. So hopefully the combination of this gimbal, FiLMiC Pro, and my drone, we're going to get some really good stuff. Yeah. Alrighty, let's jump back over here and I can unplug. Let's turn this off. Beep. Off you go. And the last thing I'll show you, how cool is this? So the way the phone attaches to the gimbal, just pops off. And the gimbal folds up. Look at that. Nice and small. You can put it in its little bag that it comes in. And the way it attaches is, there we go, just unplug that. It has this little clip on it, which you can fit any type of phone in it. Yeah. So and then that's magnetized on the back. And then you just pretty much hold it up, line it up, and watch it snap, man. Jesus. It's aggressive. It's aggressive. It's very aggressive. It's not going to come off, trust me. And to pull it off, it's an effort. But it's just this little clip that's magnetized, and on it snaps, and there you go. Fantastic stuff. And again, the difference between the 4 and the 5, the 5 has a selfie stick which goes out about that far. So if you're that vain that you need a selfie stick on it, go for it, man. I just thought, I'm going to save the $150 odd and not get a selfie stick. So there you go. Oh yeah, too. And the gimbal comes with a stand as well. So as I showed you before, this little stand that you can attach to the bottom. It comes with a really funky bag. Look at this. So you get a little funky bag with it to throw it in. You get a little pad just in case you've got an older iPhone that might need a bit of padding to go in the clip. And you get a little hand strap as well. There you go. So good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Fantastic. So that is the FiLMiC Pro app. I think, we'll definitely do another show as a companion app and show you more with the companion and all that. So as you saw with my video that I played earlier, I took all that footage using the app on my phone and the gimbal, put it all into LumaFusion, and then made some music in AUM. So that's how the video came together today. Yeah. Good stuff. Hey, if you enjoyed the show, hit the like button. It helps. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, please. That helps also. And you can always, if you so desire, become a Wart Warrior for $1 a month. You hit the little join button and you get all these custom emojis you can see people putting in the chat here. It's a bit of fun, a bit of fun and frivolity. What's coming up on the show? Let's cover that quickly and then we'll get out of your hair for the day. Absolutely. Tomorrow we've got a very special show. I'm super excited about it. Russ probably doesn't think it's that special because he just doesn't give a fuck, even though it's his own music. We are doing the Delicate Giants Moonworks Eclipse album launch tomorrow, so come and join us. It will go for an hour. The whole album will be played with all the music video which Russ has put together. It's a wicked album. Again, I had the privilege of mastering the album for him. So come along for 55 minutes of awesome music, and then that will lead into Thomas Christ's You Rock. The day after, we are trying again. We have Chem OK on the show. Everything will work, I promise you. So we'll get to know Chem this time around. Unfortunately, last week we had some technical issues. And I can tell you, on the weekend, yes, the opening hour with a special guest is back. Valerie Butt is doing a live performance for us all on this very channel, sponsored by DistroKid. You're going to love it, hopefully. So exciting few days coming up on the channel. As always, thank you guys for your support. Thanks for being here every day and all the kind things that you say. I hope you like the new kind of little changes to the look of the show. I think it runs a little bit smoother. It looks a little bit cooler. What do you think, dickhead?
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
You're just a snowflake. Fuck off. All right. Remember, guys, do the things that make you happy. Yeah? Mistakes make you better. And in the end of the day, we all will rise together, and I will see you tomorrow. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.